we had the chance also to have a wonderful workshop led by Mr. Kotik, who is one of the leading franchising experts from the Philippines, and he spent this morning with us, courtesy of the Philippine Investment and Trade Center in Sydney, Australia, part of the consulate, and they take care of they're from the Department of Trade and Industry. So they teamed up with Mr. Kotik to introduce franchising opportunities to the Filipino community and Kiwis here to look into investing in franchises back in the Philippines. So it was a wonderful morning, and then Direk can also supply the contact information after my talk. So maraming salamat po, and thank you to Direk Pinoy for your wonderful work in spreading the word of the wonderful opportunities for our Filipino Kiwi kababayan. Maraming salamat po.
In entertainment success, Marvel's Avengers Endgame stars thanked and praised Filipinos for being the most amazing fans in the universe. In a 30-second Facebook video, Iron Man Robert Downey Jr., Hawkeye Jeremy Renner, and Captain Marvel Brie Larson thanked the Filipinos for their overwhelming love and support. Filipino viewers loved the Avengers Infinity War movie for featuring Banawe Rice Terraces last year. And now, troop to the cinemas to watch Avengers Endgame.
Hello, New Zealand! We're inviting you to watch our show!
Ages Live in Wellington!
Presented by Silhouette Productions and Zil Limited.
It's on August 17th, Saturday at 7 p.m.
At the Indian Cultural Center Auditorium in Kilbirnie.
Grab your tickets now.
See you soon!
New Zealand!
Akala ko ikaw ay akin, totoo sa aking paningin, ngunit nang ikaw ay akapin.
Because of the Filipino people, they're very amiable and hardworking and friendly. I'm Eddie Garcia. I am a Filipino pride advocate. Catch me on goodnewsfilipinas.com.
currently pursuing my Doctor of Public Health degree. In particular, for my doctoral thesis, I'm focusing on the intersection between climate change and human health. And climate change, as we know, is the defining issue of our generation. And climate change has grave health impacts. And at the end of the day, it's the health sector that will bear the brunt of the effects of climate change, from increase in diseases. For my project, I'm focusing on how ready are health systems in this quote-unquote new normal. And so that is what I'm trying to unpack now in several municipalities in the Philippines, and hopefully from this investigation, I can find some strategies that the health sector can implement in order to protect the human lives in the climate era. At the individual level, there's so many things that can be done. Even before disposing of stuff from your houses, we need to start from the time we purchase, right? We need to start purchasing, buying products that we really need, products that are produced in a sustainable manner. So for me, the future of Filipino health should focus more on, one is there should be passion for prevention, to make sure that there will be less Filipino going to the hospitals and to the clinics, because that's too late, right? The second part is an emphasis on equity. And so we need to examine or investigate what are the causes, right, of inequality within the Philippine society, to make sure we close the gap. And then finally, the third one is, I think we need to enter the era of, I call, implementation. And that means we need to strengthen our government institutions. We need to strengthen communities to be able to actively participate. What keeps me positive about life is every time I encounter, people, friends, especially young people, full of energy, creativity, and hope. That despite the adversity that we encounter, the problems that we're facing can be solved if we can just, harness that innate energy. And that is why I am starting this company called PH Lab. And it's called a lab because lab entails innovation and experimentation. Really, the solutions are out there, and it's just a matter of finding them and making them happen. I'm Renzo Ginto. I'm a planetary doctor. I am proud to be Filipino. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas.
In Good Balita, Edison awardee Ilyak Diaz and the Leader of Light solar lamps are now on the new Steven Spielberg film. The new DreamWorks film, The Power of I, showcases the Filipino social innovation as a brilliant idea.
Thank you, the Leader of Light from the Philippines, which is pretty extraordinary. Thank you.
Leader of Light can be viewed at the Universal Sphere at Comcast Tower in Philadelphia.
More than the pride, it's more the challenge for all of us to keep talking relevant talk at this point. Why? Because we need it. And there are really few venues in trying to have relevant, good, honest talk. It makes me proud to be a Filipino because we love despite and in spite everything. So dinadaanan natin ngayong walang tubig, walang kuryente, tumataas yung presyo ng mga bilihin pati langis. What makes me proud of the Filipinos and of ourselves, parang ang dali nating mag-adjust, ang dali nating umunawa, ang dali nating magmahal. Siguro parang kaya nating isakripisyo yung pansarili nating kapakanan para mas maraming makinabang. Jose Noel Ferrer, and I am a Filipino Pride advocate. Catch me on goodnewspilipinas.com.
In We Are Pinoys, California is now hooked to the Pinoy all-time favorite snack, turon. Chef Julius Calvin of Turontastic reinvented his childhood favorite merienda with a twist. Californians can now order the traditional banana snack with new flavors such as chocolate, butterfinger, halo-halo, and ube.
because we Africans, our icon, everybody knows that we are black. So I call Royal Afro Black Market, so people, they have that kind of vision and view, uniqueness of black people, you know. So nothing to do with other part of negativity. That's a positive way to introduce ourselves as black people. This platform works as a market for buying and selling African stuff, only that. So whoever, either in New Zealand or in all over the world, they are looking for African stuff, they usually see them into our Royal Afro Black Market. I would like to expand it all over the world, because Africans, we have a lot of uniqueness, and we usually have to introduce ourselves, not to use our products only in summertime, but we can use them in different time, for home decorations, for indoors, outdoors, clothing, fashion, design, as Europeans do. The brand is unique.
Let's take a look at what's happening in other parts of the world.
After a cliffhanger ending of Avengers: Infinity War, where the galactic overlord Thanos reduces half of Earth's planet life to dust, the second installment, Avengers: Endgame, is the final chapter of the Avengers franchise, bringing together all the superheroes of the Marvel Universe in a final battle against the omnipotent Titan. Washington Post comic book culture reporter David Betancourt says the film is expected to be the blockbuster of all blockbusters.
Endgame is the final chapter of something we've never seen before, which is a connected narrative through multiple film franchises over the course of a decade. This will be the 22nd Marvel Studios film.
But what elements create a blockbuster of such magnitude? Above all, according to Paul Rudd, who plays Ant-Man, it is the characters.
These characters are archetypes, and the emotional resonance, the relationships they have with one another, and it's really the main thing that makes the movies work.
Then there's the storyline, says Thor actor Chris Hemsworth.
I think it's the darkest in some ways. The sort of wackiest in other ways. It feels like there's a real sort of drama at the core of it, a sort of small indie character-driven sort of drama on one hand, and then coupled with it being the most expensive, biggest, visually stunning smorgasbord effects-driven film you could ever imagine.
A blockbuster could not be without an unexpected ending, says Avengers pioneer Iron Man actor Robert Downey Jr.
The last 8 minutes of that movie are maybe the best 8 minutes in the entire history of the whole run of them, in a way, because everyone's involved.
Plot and characters aside, a blockbuster is about money, says Hollywood insider Stefan Paterno.
Disney, with the Marvel Universe and the Star Wars universe, and never mind Pixar and all their family-friendly animations there, clearly have a blockbuster factory. And so, yes, that is generating billions, if not $10+ billion in theatrical revenue, but then it drives television and theme parks and action figures and the rest.
Movie theaters across the country offered marathon screenings of all 22 Marvel Cinematic Universe movies leading up to the premiere of Avengers: Endgame.
Endgame, just based off of the pre-sales and the hype, it wouldn't surprise me if it inched towards $3 billion.
That is. The end of the Avengers franchise also signals a new phase of Marvel Universe featuring a more ethnically diverse superhero universe, says Betancourt.
You have Black Panther, it made $1 billion. You have Captain Marvel, it made $1 million. Marvel Studios is now in pre-production on an all-Asian ensemble for an Asian superhero that they have in their ranks. They've proven that there's an audience for those type of heroes, not only an audience, but that the same audience you were treating with those initial Avengers movies wants to see those type of movies as well.
Hey, Miss Potts. If you find this recording, don't feel bad about this. Part of the journey is the end.
Penelope Pulu, VOA News, Washington.
هفته به خاطر که میشونه ما رو سرچه خراب میشه باز هفته که برام میریم طرف خونه با سواش پس
در جای دور که میرین بلندی های کوه است پرشتون به سرعت زیاد ترس نداریم در کوه در سنگا شما را نزنه
نه باشو کلش ولر شد انشالله کسی ترس بس نداره
برای کسایی که مثل من مهارت اسکی وطنی را ندارن خیلی خطرناک واقع میشه
برای بودم دمی یک دست موگور شده یک پیشونی موگور شده و اینجاش امتحان شده دیگه یک جور زونی من موگور شده
کسیش که به ما معلوم نیست اینمی آینه که اختراع کردیم اینمی در زمانهای ما جور کردیم
همین نفر آینه هم که اختراع کرد اضافه کرد به اصطلاح
اینمی در زمانهای ما
معلوم نیست نفرش
این معلوم نیست نه مگم در این وقتا شده آینش
سیستم برکش یا به اصطلاح همی که استارت میکنه اون چی از چه
برکش این جنال یک دانه شو میگه نصب میشه اینجا زین جور میشه با بساق ارشی که به سرعت باشه اینمی که کش میشه استارت میشه این قسم برکش میشه